The process of voting takes place over and over all day long. At 7:30 p.m., the Chief Judge will make an announcement.
The polls will close in 30 minutes.
Then, at 8 p.m. sharp, the polls close. Again, the Chief Judge makes the announcement.
The polls are now closed.
When the announcement is made, the Chief Judge or an available poll worker will get in line behind the last voter waiting in line. Any voter that is in line when the polls close at 8 p.m. will be allowed to vote. It doesn't make any difference how long the line is. Any voter who is in line in time will be allowed to vote. Voters who show up after the polls have closed will be told by the Chief Judge or poll worker standing in line that the polls are closed and they are too late to vote. If no one is in line when the polls close at 8 p.m., poll watchers will leave the station at that time. If there are voters in line when the polls close, the poll watchers can stay until the last voter votes. When the last voter leaves, everyone must leave the polling station except the workers. When everyone has left the station, the process of cleanup begins. Like the first hour of the morning, this activity will be organized by the Chief Judge. Let him or her assign the duties in an organized fashion. In addition to packing up supplies, there's paperwork to be done. A count will be made of the signatures and ballots. These two counts need to match. Every voter had a signature, every voter had a ballot. If you are asked by the Chief Judge to do a count, here's what you can expect. As a registration clerk, you will be asked to count the number of registration cards that were filled out during the day and match that number with the number of signatures on the same day registration pages. As the poll book clerk, you will be asked to count all the signatures. There is an area on the bottom of each signature page where you can total each individual page. Then, simply add up the numbers entered on each page. The issuing clerk will need to count how many ballots were not used. Remember, the ballots were in pads of 50, so this can be a fairly easy count. At the receiving station, the Chief Judge will break open the ballot box and along with the receiving clerk will count the number of voted ballots. The Chief Judge will then reconcile all the counts. The new registration cards should equal the new registration signatures. When added to the poll book signatures, this number should equal the number of voted ballots. When the number of voted ballots is added to the number of unused ballots, this should equal the original number of ballots the precinct was issued. We know the count takes place at the end of what has been a long day. Sometimes the counts don't add up. We ask that you do the count twice. If you can't get the numbers to match, simply pack everything up and bring it into the office. The county office will deal with it there. As a poll worker, you will be asked for a couple of things. At the beginning of the day, you are asked to take the oath of office, and you need to sign your name on the official record. At the end of the day, you will sign again as a person who was there during ballot reconciliation. While some poll workers are assisting the Chief Judge with reconciliation, others will work together to disassemble the polling place and group supplies together to be picked up the next day. Once everything is counted, packed up, and put away, your Chief Judge will release you. The Chief Judge will transport the ballots, poll book, and the Elections Night envelope to Elections Central. Here, ballots are counted, signature pages and registration sorted, and counts verified. As ballots are totaled, results are made available to the news media and online. When, at the end of the process, everything is wrapped up, all the material will be saved for 2 years. If for whatever reason a recount is asked for, the request can easily be accommodated.